I'm Merely Caruso. It's Wednesday, November 5th. Today.
The first thing I thought was, oh no, I'm letting these people down now. Like I don't have them to donate.
What a Winnipeg woman is doing after her donation for a homeless shelter socks drive is stolen. Also today, a grave lesson.
How powerful it is to see a student bend down in front of one of these graves and put a poppy there.
Local students get a powerful reminder of the sacrifices made for our freedom. Plus a tribute to a local hockey glory.
When you look at this mural and you see him, what do you think?
Pride.
Where you can see a mural depicting Winnipeg's 3 Stanley Cup victories. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Why would anyone want to steal more than 160 pairs of socks? A Winnipeg woman is scratching her head today trying to figure out why someone broke into her car and made off with her donation for a local charity.
After collecting for so long and seeing them gone, the first thing I thought was, oh no, I'm letting these people down now. Like I don't have them to donate.
Ashley Monroe had 164 pairs of socks in her car collected from a community sock drive. She was going to donate them to Main Street Project as part of the shelter's Socktober campaign. But before she got a chance to drop them off, someone broke into her car while it was parked on Martha Street, leaving Monroe with a smashed window and no socks.
Got their attention because it was bright pink. I just hope that whoever took them is, handing them out to the people who need them. That's what they're...
Monroe is now hoping to collect more socks to donate. She's had some financial donations, so she can buy some new socks. If you would like to help and donate, you can visit Main Street Project's website. CTV's Danton Unger will also have more on this story coming up next hour on CTV News at 6. Reaction continues to pour in tonight following the Liberal government's first ever budget under Prime Minister Mark Carney, which was released yesterday. Let's bring in CTV's Taylor Brock now to break it down for us. Taylor, lots to get to. What are we hearing?
Well, a lot of questions, Marilee. There's some apprehension today from at least one First Nations organization here in Manitoba. The Southern Chiefs organization says while there are some promising funding announcements, they lack detail on how they will be implemented. For example, the SCO says while the budget earmarks some $2.8 billion for housing in Indigenous communities, it says it's unclear how that money will actually make its way to people who need it most. SCO leadership says this isn't the first time First Nations communities have been promised major government spending on housing, and yet people continue to live in inadequate, overcrowded homes. They're also concerned about First Nations health care, saying cuts to Health Canada and the Public Health Agency of Canada will only make it more challenging for their citizens to access care. Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs Grand Chief Kyra Wilson was more direct, saying the budget, quote, does not reflect the needs of First Nations.
The numbers and the distinction for First Nations or the impact to First Nations is not clear in the budget, and so some of the budgetary items like for First Nations infrastructure is looped into provincial and territorial infrastructure budgets, and I believe that there needs to be a distinction there given that we have a treaty partnership with the Crown.
Meantime, political scientist Christopher Adams says, while it's remarkable the deficit will nearly double to some $78 billion, he's not surprised to see a strong spending focus on infrastructure and defense. In fact, Adams says it reminds him of what Canadians saw in the wake of the Second World War, when the country needed to take on huge amounts of debt to get the economy moving again. In the present day, he says that can only be understood in the context of Donald Trump.
There is a need by Ottawa to put more money into incentives for businesses to get through this period of time. So it'd be quite a different budget if we were not facing the threat of tariffs. This last election a few months ago, Mark Carney campaigned on dealing with Donald Trump, and he also campaigned very strongly, to use his words, build, baby, build. And so we did expect that there'd be a lot of money on infrastructure.
Adams notes it's still an open question as to whether the budget will actually pass because the Liberals have a minority government.
Good point. All right, thanks for this, Taylor. Now, if you would like to learn more about the federal budget, we have plenty of analysis and reaction up on our website. Just head to ctvnews.ca. A teen girl is dead and another is in custody following a reported assault on a northern First Nation community. Our CMP and paramedics were sent to a home in Opaskwayak Cree Nation near the Paw Saturday afternoon. There, they found the body of a 15-year-old girl. Then on Tuesday, Mounties arrested a 17-year-old girl from the community who's now charged with manslaughter. Our CMP say the investigation is ongoing, but a spokesperson adds the alleged incident is not believed to be random, and the two share a family connection. Investigators are not looking for any other suspects. Tourists are spending record amounts of money here in Manitoba.
We all need travel.
Last year, visitors spent $1.89 billion in our province. Travel Manitoba says it's the third year in a row tourism spending has set new records. In total, 10.6 million people have visited our province in 2024. That's 200,000 more than the year prior. However, officials are warning these robust numbers may not hold in 2025 due to challenges such as the wildfires and growing economic uncertainty. One person is dead and another is in hospital after a deadly crash last Thursday. RCMP say a vehicle traveling south on Highway 59 veered into the northbound lane, colliding with a semi-truck. The 74-year-old driver, a man from Grand Point, was pronounced dead at the scene. His passenger was transported to hospital by Stars Air ambulance with serious injuries. The semi-truck driver from La Broquerie was not injured. RCMP are investigating. It's a Remembrance Day history lesson you cannot learn in a classroom. Hundreds of local grade 6 students visited the grave sites of fallen soldiers. 600 students were bused to the Fields of Honor at Transcona and Brookside cemeteries ahead of Remembrance Day. Each student placed a poppy on the grave of a veteran. The program, called No Stone Left Alone, started 11 years ago. It teaches youth the importance of Remembrance Day and participating in ceremonies.
Taking them out of the classroom, being here in the cemetery, right in front of the grave of which they're going to be honoring that soldier. Very powerful, and I think a remembrance for them. They can look back at that and say, I was there.
And the Canadian Museum for Human Rights is offering free admission to those who served along with their families. Starting today and all the way through Remembrance Day, veterans and active service members can visit the CMHR with up to 4 family members free of charge. The offer is available between 1 and 5 p.m. The museum will also project an image of a large red poppy on the side of the building. All right, time to bring in Colleen Brady now and get a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. Boy, what a beautiful day today, Colleen. What are you tracking for us tonight?
Well, sunny today, snow tomorrow.
No, no.
Yes, and just like that. And good night, folks. No, yeah, sunshine today, and we've had this flip-flopping kind of a week, right, where we've had a sunny day, then a cloudy day, a sunny day today. Well, tomorrow, an Alberta Clipper will be crossing Manitoba, and it will be bringing not just snow, but rain as well, and it will be impacting mainly southern Manitoba. So I will take you through all of that and just how much, or how long rather, it's going to last. How much, that's a harder thing to predict. I will show you why coming up as well. But let's take a look through the Bath Fitter Live Eye. Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, mainly clear. That will change soon. 2 degrees, light winds out of the north-northwest at 8 kilometers an hour. The pressure's rising and the humidity is 68%. Out in traffic, looking out onto St. Mary's Road. Now, southbound is not affected, although it's very busy, as you can see. Northbound, you can see right there those blinking lights off to your left. Goulet just turning onto St. Mary's. There's a stalled car right there.
Thanks, Colleen. Well, it's not what you want to hear if you're struggling with high grocery prices, but a popular dinner time staple is about to get a lot more expensive. We're going to show you what you should prepare for. Plus,
When the final score was received, the city erupted.
A tribute to local hockey legends. Did you know Winnipeg has 3 Stanley Cup victories? That story and more local news still ahead.
We will never forget your bravery, your strength, your sacrifice.
The very best and bravest of our nation. These heroic souls stood on guard for freedom.
Join the CTV News team and me as Canada comes together to remember.
Remembrance Day 2025, Tuesday morning at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on CTV.
Food industry experts are warning the price of chicken could increase for Canadians over the next several months.
A lot of consumers are looking for different sources of protein, and there's just no Canadian chicken. Supplies are really low.
It means the cost for poultry could increase by as much as 20 to 25% over the next several months. Demand for chicken has increased in the wake of rising beef prices, leaving supply low and grocery stores struggling to keep costs down. Experts say the government needs to allow more products into the market to offset the low Canadian supply. Now, here's BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez with the Market Watch.
Air Canada is reporting a 5% drop in revenue in its latest quarter. When 10,000 flight attendants went on strike in August, the airline had to cancel 3,000 flights. It cost the carrier $375 million. Just reimbursing customers came to $90 million. In an effort to trim costs, the airline recently slashed 400 management jobs. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar down a fraction to 70.88. West Texas Intermediate crude down almost $1 to 59.60. Western Canadian Select also down to 49.19. And the TSX gained 325 points today to push back over 30,100. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
A shortage of prescription painkillers caused by manufacturing disruptions is expected to continue into the new year. Originally, the shortage of drugs containing acetaminophen with oxycodone, including Percocet, was supposed to last until the fall. However, the Canadian Pharmacists Association says medications with codeine such as Tylenol 3 are back in stock, but supply remains limited for Tylenol 2 and 4. The association says other pain medications are being prescribed as alternatives. There's a new giant downtown tribute to Winnipeg Stanley Cup winning hockey teams. And no, we are not talking about the Jets.
At the time, I was talking with John Jameson from the Manitoba Hockey Hall of Fame, and I said, this deserves a big wall.
This mural depicting the Winnipeg Victorias now graces the wall of a downtown building on Main Street near McDermott. Way back in 1896, the Victorias won their first Stanley Cup and then went on to win 2 more in 1901 and 1902. Winnipeg artist Jen Mosienko created the mural, and for the grandson of one of the players, it's a moving tribute.
What do you think? When you look at this mural and you see him, what do you think?
Pride. My grandpa passed away before I ever had a chance to meet him, and but we got stories through my dad, we got stories through the media, so we knew about his accomplishments. In addition to hockey, he was a war hero, World War I. He was also a banker before he went off to the war.
The team's initial Cup victory celebration resulted in the first ever Stanley Cup parade, which took place through the streets of downtown Winnipeg.
Get ready to come on down!
You have a chance to become the next contestant on a stage version of the popular game show coming to Winnipeg. Colleen has all the details coming up in Spotlight.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Absolute Britney, a tribute to Britney Spears.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and get ready to come on down.
That's right. The Price is Right Live is coming back to Winnipeg's Club Region Event Center, and you can be the next contestant.
The Price is Right Live is on its way.
On April 9th and 10th, the interactive stage show will give you the chance to play classic games from TV's longest-running game show. Contestants can win cash, appliances, a vacation, maybe even a brand new car, all while playing games like Plinko and spinning the big wheel. Tickets go on sale tomorrow through Ticketmaster.
Looks like a fun time.
It sure does.
All right. This also sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
This summer, you can make a trip back to Middle-earth.
That's right. The soundtrack to Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring will be performed here live in Winnipeg.
We must turn back!
On June 19th and 20th, 250 musicians will provide a full orchestral accompaniment live on stage to the Academy Award-winning movie score. Now, the award by Howard Shore is popular with fans of the epic series and won an Academy Award. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 11 a.m. at centennialconcerthall.com.
The best in floral fashion returns to the Leaf at Assiniboine Park this winter.
It's an exhibit where local florists can create beautiful fashion designs. Take a look at this. Vancouver-based Fleur de Ville is back with another exhibit January 15th through the 25th. The theme this year is wonder, as in an exploration of the natural wonder of the world. You can expect to see displays inspired by the lavender fields of France, Australia's Great Barrier Reef, and the Amazon rainforest. Each piece is curated by local florists. Tickets go on sale next Wednesday. Just head to the Leaf or visit assiniboinepark.ca.
It's always remarkable what they come up with, those designs.
Creative.
Yeah. Now to a beloved romance classic that's coming to Winnipeg in the spring.
That's right, Marilee. And those attending may just have the time of their life.
Now I had the time of my life.
I need to do that lift at some point.
It's the best part of the movie.
It really is. It really is. Dirty Dancing in Concert is coming to the Burton Cummings Theatre on April 8th. The event will feature vocalists and a live band playing to the full film, which will be screened on stage. The 1987 film was a box office hit, with the soundtrack generating multi-platinum albums and numerous singles. Tickets go on sale Friday through Ticketmaster.
I think I might see tickets to this for me in my future.
Yeah, I know, me too.
I'll apologize in advance to anyone sitting near me because I'll be singing along.
Yeah, no, everyone will be. Can you imagine that lift? Everyone will be up doing that.
It's going to be a good time. All right, thanks, Colleen.
You bet. Beat the Midweek Blues with the Floor at 7. Shifting Gears is on at 8. And The Amazing Race Canada and Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage wraps things up at 10. It's all right here tonight on CTV. A live look at Portage Avenue east and westbound in front of Polo Park. Traffic seems to be moving pretty well through that stretch of the city. The sky is fairly clear. Light winds out of the north-northwest. That is all going to change in the coming hours. I will show you how coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Oh, it was sure nice to see the sunshine again today, Wednesday, across much of the province. This will not be what the satellite radar looks 24 hours from now. The reason why? An Alberta Clipper is forming right now over that province, and you can see there's both rain and snow. Edmonton may get both tonight. We'll see that. But as Clippers tend to do, this one is expected to race across the prairies and get to our doorstep in southwestern Manitoba by morning. But along the way, it crosses Saskatchewan in the coming hours. Meanwhile, calm here in Manitoba and even further east into northwestern Ontario, but the clouds will build up overnight here across the south. This doesn't impact northern Manitoba all that much, maybe the more southern parts of the north, but you can see clearer conditions for much of northern Manitoba. Meanwhile, right around the southwest, they're just coming over the border. It may well be not just rain, although the main precipitation type is still expected to be rain as far south as places like Brandon. A little further north, Dauphin, more likely to see snow, at least at first. And it looks like the main swath will stretch from Grand Prairie in Alberta through Saskatchewan and into the Parkland region. I said earlier it was a little tough to forecast how much will fall. That's because of that rain. It's going to be wet snow or rain mixing with snow, so it'll be difficult to forecast, but Environment Canada says anywhere from 5 to 10 centimeters is possible in that swath, but the higher end may be a little less likely. As for Winnipeg, it likely will start to see some rain around midday, but as that temperature starts to fall, we'll start to see that transition here to rain and snow. And then as we get into the evening hours and the temperatures start to slip below freezing, we'll see that outright transition to a snowfall. Meanwhile, you can see the province sliced in two. Much clearer conditions across the north. Overnight, the snow will gradually come to an end, and then by Friday morning, it looks like the last of it will just be on its way out, and then we'll see some of that sunshine return. For tonight, increasing clouds ahead of that incoming low. -4 is our overnight low temperature. 3 is our high. Rain in the morning, turning to a rain-snow mix into the latter part of the afternoon. Back to sunshine on Friday, clearing throughout the morning hours, but much colder air on the backside of this low-pressure system will keep us below freezing all through the weekend. Sunshine, though, then we'll start to see a warm-up as we get into next week. Let's take a look at our weather photos, shall we? This first one takes us to the Interlake and a look at that stunning sky. That photo is from Susan near Arborg, and we have the November supermoon in progress. This was how it looked earlier over Oakbank. That photo is from Brenda. You can send us your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
The CTV Skywatch Pick of the Day is brought to you by the Manitoba Chiropractors Association. We've got your back.
A Manitoba Remembrance Day project has gone national. The Poppy Blanket project is now on display in Ottawa.
It started in Winnipeg. I reached out to some local craft groups with the idea of making a poppy blanket. The response was just overwhelming. You know, I worked with Devi Sharma to really get it going, and there was so much excitement for it that we had people from all over Canada putting it together. In the end, there ended up over 8,000 poppies, and underneath it is actually over 2,000 dedicated ribbons to people's family members and to Manitoba's fallen soldiers from World War I.
It's just remarkable. That blanket now stretches some 85 feet. Wow. Sheila Lee Restall, who you just heard from, says she's pleased to see the blanket she helped start on display now at the Canadian War Museum in Ottawa. She says as big as this blanket has become, guess what? It is still growing.
That is the hope. We have plans to do some more effort to make it bigger, to include more parts of Canada, that people who may not have known of it before, and see if we can make it longer than it is now.
The blanket was part of a Veterans Day week ceremony in Ottawa Tuesday, which included a new coin unveiling. It's beautiful looking, too.
It really is. It's stunning.
Yeah, good work by all. All right, that does it for us this hour, but don't go far. We'll be back at 6 o'clock with much more local news. Hope to see you then.